Shalom. I am Rabbi Davidovich, speaking to you on behalf of the webyeshiva.org, speaking to you from Efrat, Israel. Today I'm going to talk about a lesson that we can learn from the story of Noach and the ark as to how to survive the difficult time that we're in. As you all know, we are now in the 13th day of the horrible war between Israel and Hamas, ISIS, which brutally started this war with us by slaughtering about 1,400 of our people. Men, women, children, babies, and taking hostage over 200 people. It's a difficult time. The grief that we feel and that people around the world should feel with us is beyond my ability to describe in words. So we have to look at the Torah and see what the Torah tells us and what this week's Torah reading tells us. This week's Torah reading, we have Noach, who was a righteous man in his generation, the Torah tells us as follows. The first thing the Torah tells us in this week's Parsha, Vatishaches haaretz lifnei ha'elokim, the world became perverted before God, Vatimale haaretz Hamas, and the world was filled with Hamas. Hamas is the Hebrew word that means savagery, brutality. We're fighting this war with Hamas/ISIS because their deeds are really worse than those of ISIS. But the Torah tells us the world is full of Hamas. And then the Torah says that I'm going to destroy the world. And he tells Noach, he says, Aseh lecha teva, make for yourself an ark. He tells him to make an ark in which his family and all the animals can be saved. And he gives him the dimensions of the ark and tells him how to make this ark. And he tells Noach that Tzohar taseh bateva, you should make a Tzohar in the ark. Rashi brings down two possible commentaries about the meaning of the word Tzohar. Tzohar really refers to light. So Rashi, one commentary refers to God telling Noach to make a window to the ark so that the light from outside can be seen. The word Tzohar is similar to the word Tzoharayin, which means afternoon. Afternoon, the sun is shining, so you'll be able to have light. The other interpretation, other commentary says that Tzohar really means a precious stone that gives off light, that reflects whatever light there is and makes everything illuminated. And Hashem tells us that with this Tzohar, he says you shall finish it upwards. The top of the ark was slanted, so that the rainwater could fall off. So he said, finish it up to a point at the top. Finish the light up to a point at the top. So we learn a number of different things from this. The Noam Elimelech, Hasidic master, he says that when it's talking about bringing this light to the top, he says that's a hint at the need for achdus, for unity, because when we get to the top of this pitched roof, everything comes together, the light comes together. And that certainly is a message as to what we survivors must do. And I will tell you that one thing this horrible tragedy has brought about is a very beautiful thing, and that is achdut. This is complete unity among all Israelis, among all Jews. We are united. Any differences we had before, that's no longer part of the equation. We're united. Not only are we united in our resolve to destroy Hamas, but we are united in our attempts to do chesed, to do acts of kindness. And you see throughout Israel and throughout the world, everybody is, even those who can't serve in the army, they're doing what they can to help our troops, to help the people who've been evacuated, to help the families who've lost so much. Such an amount of chesed, kindness. And Hashem is telling us he's given us a message as to how we survive in these times. He says, Bo el ha-teva, go into the ark. The word teva also refers to a word. The Hebrew word teva refers to the words you speak. It refers to the words that come out of your mouth. And the Noam Elimelech mentions that the word Tzohar for light, or this light that we're talking about, is the same letters as tzara, trouble. So he is teaching how we could take with our words and with our emunah, faith in God, we can turn tzara, the difficulties, the troubles that we're in, to Tzohar, to light. And he points out that the perfect tzaddik, the perfect righteous man, and anybody can be a perfect tzaddik, a perfect righteous man, if they decide at the moment. He said, the tzaddik by his words can change the reality. He could change things by speaking kindly to everybody else. He can change things by recognizing and throwing out the light, the brilliance that can be found in speech. Tzohar teaches us that we have light within us that we can share with the world. We can share our emunah, our faith and trust in God with the world. And at the same time, we accept from others their light. And the word teva also refers to prayer and study. When we are praying, our prayer should be illuminated, should be light, should be full of light and an intensity of light that reaches up to heaven. And we will recognize that just as God created the world with night coming before daytime, darkness coming before light, that we too will merit to see the total light that God is bringing us. And as Rabbi Nachman said, the most important thing is there is no despair in the world. Do not despair. Always hope for the salvation of God. Thank you for listening on behalf of the webYeshiva.org. I wish everybody to be strong in our faith in God. Have a wonderful Shabbat. Pray for us all. Pray for your loved ones. Pray for those that are doing the best they can on behalf of all of us. And do your part. Shabbat Shalom.